Hey, I was just making this video. I just walked home from seeing the new Star Wars movie, The Last Jedi, which is really good. That's my house there. And I just had a thought as I was walking that I wanted to record. At some point in the next year, in 2018, I've got a whole stack of marketing books that I haven't read, and I'm looking forward to getting back into them and reading them. Because the truth is, over the last 3 or 4 years, I haven't read many books about marketing. And I probably should. It'd be good to stay a little more on top of what's happening in my own industry. But, not that that's the only way to learn things, but I'm looking forward to it. And it just occurred to me that the things that I bring to marketing that I think are the most meaningful for people don't actually come from marketing. They come from a background in activism, in a sort of cultural wondering about how we all got to where we are, at least in this corner of the world. It comes from a lot of experiences and portions of my life that have nothing to do with marketing. And yet I can feel it showing up in my workshops, and that some of the parts that hit the most, that strike the most chord with people, aren't something I read in a marketing book. So similarly, for you, the things that you might bring to your work may not actually come from your industry. The things that people resonate most with what you have to say might not be something that anyone else in your industry could say. It's a very common thing for me to hear people say, well, I'm a bridge between a few worlds. And I think that's most of us. And where a lot of people fall short, frankly, I think, in their work is they try to fit in too much to the pre-prescribed molds of what already exists in their industry. So, all dentists set up their offices the same way. All holistic practitioners do their work the same way. When I was in Amsterdam, somebody said something to me that was, it was just a really beautiful compliment. Or maybe it was Edinburgh. But it was after one of the workshops, and they pulled me aside and they said, I've gone to a lot of other workshops from your colleagues, and they all teach pretty much the same stuff. They call it something else, they give it another name, but it's basically the same content. It seems like they're all reading from the same book, and it seems like you've really created something of your own. And I was, touched by what he said, but it feels true, because I haven't been digging into what my colleagues have been doing over the last few years. I'm aware of it, I talk to colleagues, but I'm being inspired and guided by something else. I'm trying to weave a number of different things in my life together. So I invite you to think about whatever industry you're in, that's the kind of front door, of your business. That front door is the thing that people see on the outside. But in the inside, you've got a bunch of rooms. And those rooms are filled with all the other wonderful parts of your life. So how is it that you can bring those into your work? Because the thing that may set you aside, it's not that you're better. It's not that you were the first person to think about doing this in your community. It just may be that it resonates with certain people because you're really bringing yourself to it and you're bringing all the other parts of your life to it. So I invite you to consider that. It's not the whole answer. It may not even be an answer for you. But I know for me, it seems to have been true. So yeah, that's all I had to say.